The night of April 12th was like any other in Sanford. The hometown Fightin' Seminoles lined up against Lake Howell for what appeared to be your typical high school baseball game. And senior pitcher Matt Myers was taking his warm-up tosses on the mound just like he had done countless times before. Myers had been the ace of the staff since his sophomore year, according to Seminole head coach Adam Bransfield.
For a skinny right-handed kid, he did throw pretty hard, changed his speeds well, and probably his biggest strength was his ability to just throw strikes. He wasn't afraid to throw the ball across the plate.
Alan Drake and Darren Rivera have been friends and teammates with Matt since childhood.
He was definitely the best in our class, and all of our pitchers I know aspired to be like him on the mound. He's definitely very commanding.
He was really up there in strikeouts, and he was only a sophomore going against kids that are 18, 19.
His parents, Mary and Steve, noticed Matt's passion for baseball not long after he began to walk.
For his second birthday, I gave him a plastic bat and a ball, and I started throwing it to him, and he just kind of seemed natural with it, you know. And then when he became old enough to play youth baseball, which is about 4 1/2, you know, we just started him, and he seemed to love it. So, you know, he's been playing ever since then, you know, summer and winter. You know, he's never had a break.
No breaks until January of 2011. That's when Matt's baseball career and life changed course.
Yeah, we were running, just came back from Christmas break and just swelled up pretty badly, and just, it was a pretty bad time, especially when I found out it was cancer.
Osteosarcoma, a form of bone cancer, was the diagnosis made by doctors at the Shands Cancer Center in Gainesville after a biopsy was performed on Matt's right knee.
You know, I was thinking in terms of, all right, is he going to be able to play this year, meaning last year? You know, how soon before we get him back? And his dad's talking to the doctors about, you know, survival rates and living. So that was really kind of a kick in the gut.
Matt needed 9 months of surgeries, including a knee replacement, along with multiple courses of chemotherapy to save his leg and his life.
From then on, it was, what can I do to support him? I can't do anything to cure his illness, but I can do something to lighten the mood or make him feel better about what's going on and know that he has someone to rely on when he comes back.
They all immediately went to work to figure out what they were gonna do to support Matthew.
It consumed us last year. You know, there was no getting away from it at any point during the season, whether it was the fundraising efforts or missing him from a baseball perspective, just a cloud that never went away.
But that cloud had a silver lining. Matt's battle brought Sanford together, and despite his predicament, he learned to keep a positive frame of mind.
One thing was seeing all the little kids up in the hospital. Like, they were even smaller and younger than I am, and they're going through the same thing, but they're just smiling and cheering, and it's just, if they can do it, then I can do it.
The diagnosis of osteosarcoma and its threat to limb and life put this baseball into its proper place, not just for Matt and his family, but for his coaches, his teammates, and the Sanford community.
No matter how bad it got, we still had fundraisers, and people we didn't even know came out and supported them and just was there 100%.
It was one thing that we always had to look to or to fall back on to keep everything in perspective. You know, last year was a long season. We didn't win a whole lot of games. And, you know, in the big scheme of things, we could always say, well, hey, you know, look what Matt's dealing with. 9 months after the diagnosis, Matt was ruled cancer-free. But due to his rebuilt right knee and weakened lower body, doctors told Matt he can't run anymore. Devastating news to any athlete. But they never said he couldn't pitch. That was the news that put the comeback wheels in motion.
Let's give it up for number 19, senior Matt Myers.
15 months after he last threw off a mound, Matt delivered his first pitch in a game. This one. And after shaking off the rust, he settled in, striking out the final 3 batters of the inning and headed towards the dugout amidst hugs, cheers, and tears.
I'm ready to cry. I'm just ecstatic.
He was scheduled to go 1, maybe 2 innings max. So, of course, Matt went 3, and in a tie game, walked off the mound to a standing ovation. After 61 pitches, Matt's comeback was complete.
I felt good. First inning, I was a little nervous, I think, but just after that, just threw, felt like normal.
Seminole won the game 3-2. Matt, a no decision in the scorebook, but still the big winner on this night for striking out the toughest batter he'll ever face.
I think he knows where he's going with his life. I don't think anything, I mean, if he could beat this with a positive attitude, I'm sure nothing else is going to stop him.
And as for his future,
hopefully going to college, maybe being a little bit stronger to where I could play like off to the side a little bit. If not, that's fine with me, just as long, I'm glad I still have my life in my leg.
It's a beautiful story. Last year at this time, I may not have thought it was going to be a beautiful story, but I'm glad I was to have this kind of a ending. I just feel God is watching us.